Hello. Hello, friends. Let me move that a little bit. Hello. How is everyone? Oscar's giving his shakes of hello. Says hello to everyone. Bubby, you want to come up and say hi to the peoples? Come here. Come up. How the heck is everybody? What are you up to? Happy Friday. It is a little dark, but I decided I didn't want to move from the couch again today. So, there he is. Hi, Bubbas. Hi. Oh, thank you. You say hi to the peoples? Oh, goodness. Here we go. Oh, big baby. Oh, and there's a Dougie, too. Hi, Dougie. Now, you two better settle down. Hi. Thank you. You two better settle down and be nice. Okay. Well, hope everyone had a great last couple of days since I streamed last. Yeah, so tonight the husband is out having drinks with coworkers. So I've had the house to myself for a little bit. After work today, I had therapy, and then I went to the bookstore to grab a couple things, and then I got home and had some dinner, and now here I am. I also crocheted a little bit while I was waiting for stream to start. So, yep. So now the boys are settled down. Now that they've said their piece and they've made their appearance for at least now. So, how is everyone? What are you doing? What's going on? Tell me how you are. If you are over on Twitch, so here, let me. I'm still used to doing like a whole intro thing, basically thing. So please forgive me. But for those of you that are new, my name is Gabby. I go by the Curious Owl. My pronouns are she, her, hers. And I do reading, productivity sprints, whatever you want to call them, over on Twitch and YouTube. I do dual stream. If you are over on Twitch, you do have access to this lovely task list thing by using commands that are listed down in the bio, and also some basic commands are over on under the left-hand tab. And then if you're over on YouTube, you can just kind of hang out, say hello. Hi, Lolo. Hello. If you're over on YouTube, you're just going to kind of hang out and see what kind of progress we can make today. Because this is not available, unfortunately, on YouTube. And I keep finding hairs that are falling out of my head that hit my arms. Excuse me. Trying to finish With a Vengeance by Riley Sager. Ooh, I hope you're liking it. I have read, I think, only one Riley Sager book, and I really liked it, but I have several of his books. Oh goodness, Oscar. Big yawns. So tonight I am planning on finishing the final print, or the fine print, by Lauren Asher. I am quite a way through this, and I would like to be able to start another book if I can tonight, because I am participating in both Greek Godathon and Ostara, which Greek Godathon is hosted by Esme at Bookish Buddies on YouTube, and Ostara is part of the Witchathon series that Sam from Yarn Reader on YouTube does. And I also have, so I have a book that's going to fit for Greek Godathon, and it's specifically also for my Roll for TBR series, my Roll for TBR game that I do every month on my YouTube channel, but I'll be reading The Will of the Many for that. This is going to be interesting. This might be my first James Islington book, and I've heard really good things about it, so I'm hoping I'm going to like it, but it is a chonker. So, it's a lot of fun. This is my 5th Sager book. Very nice. Well, I'm glad that you're enjoying his work. I really did like Home Before Dark a lot, so I think that I will enjoy, for the most part, the rest of his books as well. But we shall see. So, yeah, so the main thing is getting this one done, because I'm a little less than halfway through it already. But if I also am listening to the audiobook while I do like crocheting and stuff. That's how I'm mostly dealing with it. So the audiobook I have let's see. I don't have very long left of it, like my hold on it. I'm currently 41% of the way through the book, according to my audiobook that I have through my library. And I have about just a little over 6.5 hours. So I should be able to finish it tonight or get very, very close to it. I think if I finish it, it might be off stream. We shall see. It depends on how much I can get done today. But I'd like to be able to finish this to then be able to at least start The Will of the Many. But at the very least, I'll start it tomorrow, which is fine. I've heard really good things about this. This is like mystery, dark academia, like maybe some magic involved in it. I don't know. It sounds interesting. I've heard good things about it, so I'm thinking I will enjoy it. But I have heard that it's a little slow in some parts, so we'll see. So, anyway, what else is going on right now? So, not really much. I don't have much going on this weekend. Earlier today, I got kicked in the shin by accident by one of my students. That was fun. Let me see if I have a bruise, because I thought I was going to have a bruise. Surprisingly, not really. He kicked me, like, right above my shin, or, like, right above my ankle, like, right about here, was where he kicked me. And it was completely by accident. He meant to, like, the kid was getting frustrated with something, and he threw a piece of paper on the ground, was trying to stomp on it and kick it, and I just happened to be standing right near him, so that when he turned, he went to kick, and he kicked my shin. Say what you will about 11-year-old boys, but they can kick really hard. They can kick very hard. So this poor kid, he thought he was in so much trouble because obviously he just kicked a teacher, but he thought he was in so much trouble with me because he knows that, like, you know, all I was trying to do was just help him, and he did something really mean to me. So he thought he was going to be in so much trouble because of that. And I was like, I couldn't say anything. I was just in pain because it hurt. And then it was like, I just need a minute. I can't talk to you right now because I feel like I'm gonna cry because this hurt a lot. So he felt so bad. He went and he hid, and I went to find him, and I was like, "Buddy, I'm not happy that it happened, but it was an accident. I'm not mad at you. Like, let's just go back in the classroom and we'll figure this out. Like, it's fine." So hold on, my husband texted me. So yeah, that was fun. That was fun to experience, was getting officially injured for the first time by one of my students. Well, I guess I should say not the first time I've been injured, because when I was subbing as a para, I got punched in the stomach by a kid. I also have gotten headbutted by a student last year when I was a para. But this was, like, I think the first time that it actually was, like, something that, like, really, really stung. Like, I mean, when I got headbutted, it stung for a minute. But this was, like, the pain actually lasted, like, a good few minutes. And I had to have ice on my leg for a minute. So, that was fun. But it is what it is. Anyway, I'm going to stop yapping for right now. I know we're going to get started here with our first sprint real soon. So, I am going to go ahead and start my 50-minute timer. We do 50-minute sprints with a 10-minute cooldown to sit and yap in between. So if you're here for that, that's great. If not, that's okay. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my timer, and I will see you guys on the other side of our first 50-minute sprint. Well, hello there, everyone. All right, how was that first sprint for everybody? Ooh, I see a doe in the front yard. There's several deers in the front yard. I see 3. Oh, she's looking right at me. Hey, be nice. Hold on 1 second, guys. Okay, sorry guys. There were 4 deer that just went by the front of the house. So the dogs were very interested and wanted to bark at them to tell them to go away. We actually get a lot of deer, front and back of the house. Like they basically like will traverse through the different open areas in our neighborhood, and we have like a fenced-in backyard, but the neighbor next to us has an open like spot in their backyard, like there's no fence, so they'll like basically go into that backyard and come behind our house, behind our fence. So we see them quite a bit. And now with today being the spring equinox, a lot of them are probably going to be having babies here pretty soon. So even more deer are going to come through, which is always fun. But how was that sprint for everybody? I ended up getting through about 33 pages of the fine print, and the husband is now home. He is right here laying on the floor with the dogs. So, currently flipping me the bird. Because, you know, what else are husbands good for? And Oscar's now attacking him. Bubba, are you going to say hi to the peoples? Come here, buddy. Go say hi to the peoples. There's a Bubba. There's an Oscar boy. There's the wolf. This is his Wolfie. This is Oscar's Wolfie. He's had it since he was a puppy, since we first got him. Yes, you were a puppy. I've had him since you were a puppy. Since you were, what, 2 months old? Something like that? Hey, Bubba, I gotta tell you something. Come here, I gotta tell you something. That's a little trick the husband taught him. So, anyway, the daily Oscar sighting has been enacted. So, yeah, so I got through about 33 pages of the fine print. I'm about 48% of the way through it now. I really like this so far. I think that I'm starting to like Rowan a little bit more. I still don't like him a ton. He's still a bit of a jerk. It is what it is. He's a little bit more harder edged than my favorite harder edged characters that I like. He's just kind of an ass. It's like he can't help it. He just chooses not to, you know? So it's, I don't know, but I love Zara. Zara is adorable. She's extremely creative, and I really am hoping that in this book, because like the point with her is that she worked at this place Dreamland, which is like basically Disneyland. Worked at Dreamland in a like the princess makeover salon kind of thing, and she submits a proposal for a ride that her ex-boyfriend actually had basically stolen the idea to work on eventually. So she basically like sends in a proposal that tears down everything that, you know, he has tried to do. And Rowan sees that proposal and is like, you're getting a promotion. We're going to make you one of the creators, like one of the, I think it's what they would say is the equivalent of like an Imagineer at Disneyland. And then that's how like she and Rowan start communicating a lot. But she's super creative and super talented, and I would really like to see one of the visions that she has, one of the projects that she comes up with. I would really like to see it come to light by the end of this book, because I think that each of the books follows a different set of characters. I think they follow a different brother in the Kane family. Whereas the first book is Rowan, and I think the other books follow Declan and Cal. If I'm not mistaken. but I could be wrong. But I would really like to see by the end of this one of Zara's projects going through and actually getting put into Dreamland or be expanded in some way. And I also want the ex-boyfriend to get their comeuppance, because we've only been hearing about the ex-boyfriend. We've never actually met him. I feel like we need to meet him at some point and actually see him get his comeuppance. Maybe that's just me. Nasty little fellows such as yourself always get the comeuppance. It's a mummy quote for those of you that know me. Can't go a day without thinking about the mummy. Because it's just part of my personality at this point. Anyway, so yeah, I'm working on that. I think that I'm gonna switch over, instead of listening to the audiobook, I think I'm gonna start reading it physically now. Just because I feel like I want to take a break from my crocheting. Right now, I've crocheted like, how many rows did I do? 4 rows, I think. But these are like really long rows because this is my blanket, so it's a lot. Like, I crocheted almost that entire sprint just from start to finish. So I kind of want to take a break from that, and so I think I'm gonna read this physically and see if I'm liking it just as much physically as I have been with the audiobook. Because sometimes with like these more romance books, I like the audiobooks more than the physical books, but sometimes they surprise me. I don't know. We'll see. But like I said, would like to finish this tonight so that I can hopefully get started on The Will of the Many, which, like I said, I don't really know much about, except what I do know is that it's mystery, dark academia, some magic vibes in there. There's like a murder mystery specifically that's going on. The main character's having to like infiltrate this school to figure out what happened to somebody that they knew. I don't know whether it's a family member or a friend or what, but they're trying to figure out what exactly happened to this person that they knew. So they had like infiltrate this really prestigious school, and it's got some pretty dark vibes to it. It's very Roman inspired or Greek inspired. Maybe Greek. I think I might be thinking Roman because for some reason Roman and Greek go together, which yes but no at the same time. But I think it's supposed to be more Greek because I think the pillars in particular are more Grecian, if I'm not mistaken. But it looks really cool. Like the design of the pages for like each of the parts looks really cool. And then each of the chapters is written in Roman numerals. Kind of see that. So interesting to see how this will go. The first sentence is intriguing. I am dangling, and it is only my father's blood-slicked grip around my wrist that stops me from falling. That's a heck of an opener. All right. Well, we're going to get started on our next sprint here in just a second. A little bit, about like a minute and a half. But yeah, I think I'm going to continue with this. I have got to blow my nose. My nose has been running like crazy since this afternoon, and I don't know why. Probably my allergies, because it was like in the 60s today, and that's abnormal for this time of year. But it is starting to get into springtime, with it being the spring equinox and everything today, which if you're celebrating Ostara, Merry Ostara. If not, that's okay. You got a little Dougie here who's getting his ear scratched by both Dad and I. Well, Dad's itching his chin. I've got his ear. Look at how happy he is. He's like, whoa. He's a happy boy. He's a happy Dougie. Alright. Well, I think I'll go ahead and get started with the next sprint here since we've got under a minute. So I will see all of you guys on the other side of this next 50. Have fun, good luck with whatever you're doing, and we'll see you then. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hope you guys had a good sprint. I got through. Hang on, I'm just checking something. Give me 1 second. Okay. So I got through another 50 some pages. Let me see. 56. Okay, that's what I thought. Got through another 56 pages of the fine print. I'm now 62% of the way through. There's a bit of a turning point with Rowan that I do appreciate. There was our first smut scene. Really liked that. It was really well done, actually. I really liked the way that Lauren Asher writes. I like the way that she writes Zara in particular. Zara is a person of color. I believe she is. Oh gosh, she's Middle Eastern of some kind. No, that's not true. I'm wrong. She's Indian. She's an Indian character. Um, and they do make mention a lot of like her family like having immigrated to the US and started a life there, and she also has a sister with Down syndrome named Ani, and Ani is super cool. I really like the way that Ani's written, where like she's not written in a way that I think most people would write characters with Down syndrome, where like it's stunted speech, it's, necessarily like really stereotypical, if that makes sense. Ani is actually written in a way that she feels like just any other normal person, which is really cool because I think a lot of times people who have disabilities, they're written like as the most stereotypical way that they possibly can be. Um, I just really appreciate how she's written in this, and I like the way that there's little nods to Zara and Ani's like familial aspects. Like they talk about, there was one scene where I think they call it a mandu. Like it was like designs of stuff for like a Hindu wedding. It was really interesting. But Rowan's starting to grow on me a little bit, not like a ton, but enough to where like I don't disdain him as much as I did in the very beginning of this. He's still a jerk. He's not my favorite like book boyfriend ever, but I can like there's a whole scene where he talks to Zara about like the reason why he is the way he is, and a lot of it has to do with the fact that especially since his mother's death, he's never really had a good connection to a male figure in his life other than his grandpa, and his grandpa's death was like really triggering for him in a lot of ways. um he does not have a good relationship with his father, and so because of that he had to hide away a lot of different things about himself. um and so like that whole scene like made me kind of like appreciate him a little bit more, but he's still not my favorite book boyfriend by far. That I have plenty of book boyfriends that I prefer than Rowan Kane. Josh from The Hating Game is top tier. Just gonna say. The Hating Game, my favorite romance book ever. I actually went a span of time where I read The Hating Game at least twice a year because it was just like a really good palate cleanser for me when I was like getting like really bogged down into like fantasy, that like I would pick up The Hating Game as like a palate cleanser of sorts, and it like did the trick, especially like if I was in a reading slump, because The Hating Game, if anytime I read it, I'm gonna have a good time. It's always gonna be great. Like I love that book so much. The paintball scene in The Hating Game is like my favorite scene of all time. Truthfully. I've yet to watch the movie though. I've been hesitant about watching the movie because I heard that it was kind of like hit or miss for a lot of people. But I think the next time I read The Hating Game, I'm going to watch the movie because I would like to be able to see how true it is to the book. And plus, Lucy Hale is playing the main character, and I like Lucy Hale a lot, and I think she definitely embodies Lucy, the character, in The Hating Game. I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, I think that I'm going to continue reading this physically. I'm enjoying it just as much as I did the audiobook, which is great because I feel like there's so many books where like you either really like the physical book or the audiobook more, and this one I'm able to quickly read either of them. I mean, I got through like almost 60 pages in that 50-minute time span with like little moments here and there to stop. Um, so I probably would have been able, if I hadn't like stopped to like blow my nose or go use the bathroom or anything, I probably could have read like 70 pages in that time. So, all right, so we're getting ready to do our third sprint here in a couple minutes. Yeah, I think I'll keep reading this. I'm having a great time with it, and I'm not really that tired as of yet. Um, so I'll keep reading this, and then what's going on? So next week I have, oh, that's something I wanted to mention. So I've mentioned this on Wednesday, but anyone who's here that is new, I am going to be sprinting on Wednesdays and Fridays. I changed my schedule to where I'm going to do Wednesdays at 5 p.m. EST and Fridays, like tonight, at 8 p.m. EST. And that's because Wednesdays I have a night where like my husband is at school. He's in a class till later at night, so I have time to like just keep myself occupied. Um, and then the next thing is that next week that I have for school for work is a 4-day week because we're coming up on spring break for my students. My plan is that the actual like full week that I have off, Monday through Friday, Monday the 30th to April 3rd, April 3rd. I had to think of what day it was. So from Monday, March 30th to Friday, April 3rd, I am planning on sprinting and doing streaming from 12 p.m. EST to about 5 p.m. EST each of those days. So if you want to get some good productivity in during the afternoon, in a couple weeks, come join me for those. Otherwise, I'll be streaming regularly from on Wednesdays and Fridays. But I wanted to let people know that because I know that there's some friends that hang out that get really excited when I go on breaks because that usually means that I'm going to be streaming more often. So, but yeah. So anyway, that's basically it. Oh, hi, Dougie. Are you gonna come up and say hi? Come here, little man. Dougie. Come here, buddy. Are you gonna come up? No? He says, nope, I'm gonna go back and I don't know what I'm gonna do. Okay. Okay, bye. Hi, Carissa. How are you? How are you, my friend? What's going on? Yeah, so basically, like, just gonna be hopefully streaming a lot more. We'll see how long that goes. Because a lot of times, like, I'll want to stream and it's like, ugh, I don't feel good, or this, that, and the other. I'm worried I'm starting to get sick because my nose is starting to run like crazy, and that usually doesn't spell good things for me. And I know that, like, my family got sick. Like, my mom, my dad, my sister, they're all fighting something right now. I know that, like, sickness has been going around my school again recently with colds and all that, so I'm a little worried, not gonna lie. Be making more progress in Needful Things. Just got to the halfway mark. Nice. I'm working on The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. I'm about 62% of the way through this right now. My plan is to hopefully either get close to finishing it or finish it. And if I can, start The Will of the Many by James Islington. Probably not going to get to this one until tomorrow, but we'll see. So yeah, I'm going to hopefully not get sick this weekend. I would really not like that. Although I will say the last couple of days, I have been feeling like I wake up in the morning and I don't feel great. Like I genuinely didn't want to get out of bed the last couple days because I was not feeling the best. So we'll see whether or not I get actually sick. Stream for a few days straight a few years ago. Be sure not to burn yourself out. I appreciate that, Carissa. Yeah, and here's the thing. I've tried in the past to stream every day in a week when I've been on a break, and I did find that, it was hard after the first few days to keep going, but it's at least the plan to do it Monday to Friday, at least during that week of spring break. But then, if it ends up being that I'm just not feeling it that day, then that's fine. But that was my plan, because I'm going to have a lot of time on my hands where I'm not going to be really doing anything because my husband's going to still have to work, So I got to be occupied somehow. So I figured if I'm going to do stuff around the house, if I'm going to do stuff, like crocheting or whatever, I would like to have some body doubling, at the very least. But who knows if it'll be every single day. Maybe it'll be more like every other day that week, or I'll do like the first few days of the week and then take the rest of the week off. I have no idea. I won't know until I go through that whole thing. So, but I do appreciate your concern, and I do appreciate your thoughts. I don't know what else to say. My brain's frying at this moment. So, all right, well, that was our timer. So we're going to go ahead and get into our third sprint. So we'll go ahead and get into that. So I will see you all on the other side of this other 50 once I can see what I'm typing, because I can't see without my glasses. All right, see you guys in 50. chapters. I am almost done with this chapter, so give me one. So I just got to page 334, so I got through 60 pages, I think. Pretty close to that sprint. I'm not gonna lie, I am getting kind of tired. I have had a very long day, a very long week, to be completely honest, and I'm getting pretty sleepy. So, I don't know whether or not I'm gonna continue. Do I really? I'm sucked into this book though. Like, I'm genuinely, like, enjoying this so much more than I expected I was going to. I figured it would be maybe like a 3-star, but it's creeping up into possible 5-star territory. Like, this is just such great writing to me, and it's fun, and I don't know, I love Zara, and I'm really getting to like Rowan a lot. I don't have very much left of it. I have like 100 pages left of this. So, and I'm reading like 60 pages within like almost an hour. So I could finish it, but I don't know. My head is starting to hurt though, so I think at some point I do need to go to sleep. But how did you guys do? What'd you guys get done that sprint? Got my phone buzz earlier. Oh, just Discord notifications. No big deal. But yeah, I saw Kay came in. So hey Kay. How are you? What's going on? Oh, like a hiccup there for a second. So, yeah, this is really good. Oh, also, I realized something. I was wrong earlier when I said that Zara is Indian. I believe she's part Armenian and something else. I don't know. There was a scene where we got to have dinner with her family and talked about how her dad is Armenian, but I don't remember what her mom is. Some kind of European, but I don't know exactly what. So. Oh. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm curious to see how the rest of the series goes. Because I actually have the whole series. I have 1, 2, and 3. And I definitely will be looking into more of Lauren Asher's work in the future because I really like the way she writes. I didn't realize there was a playlist for this. Oh. Oh, Bubbly. That's a good song. Take a Chance on Me. Ho Hey by the Lumineers. Landslide by Fleetwood Mac. Oh my god, I love that. And Dreams. Dreams by the Cranberries. Oh my gosh, that's actually like some really good songs on that playlist. And I can tell you that all of those are very likely Zara. That is so cool. I love that. I love that very much. I love when authors leave like playlists for their books. The Morganville Vampires, like one of my most favorite vampire series from when I was a teenager. Um, for a while, Rachel Kane, rest in peace, my sweet, sweet lady. She would do that for like after the first like couple books in the series. She would leave like at the end of the book a playlist of like songs that helped kind of with her inspiration for the book. And actually it inspired me to make playlists for the books that I was working on at the time. um and I have those still to this day. I have a playlist for 5 books that I had been working on at one point or another. And I think they're all on my Spotify, but I haven't been on Spotify in a minute because of recent issues surrounding them and ICE. So, all right, guys, I do think I'm going to end this here as I'm starting to get a headache. I can feel one like right here in my temple, and I think it's because my jaw is all tense because I'm just, well, it's like it's right here in my jaw and my neck. So I think I think something's coming over me. I think I'm starting to get sick and I want to go rest. So, reminder that I will be back for sprints again on Wednesday at about 5 p.m. EST, with the new schedule basically having started this week. So we'll do Wednesdays and Fridays, for our normal sprints. And then during my spring break, we'll try to do Monday through Friday, Monday, March 30th to Friday, April 3rd from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. EST. We'll try it, see how it goes. But otherwise, I hope you guys all have a great night, a great weekend, and I will see you guys when I see you. Bye.